This is Hope. She's a yellow lab rescue dog. We are not sure of her age. We're guessing between 4 and 7 years old. She's no longer a puppy, but her main issue and the problem people are having with her is that she does exhibit a lot of mouthiness. She shows a lot of mouthing behavior. Even though she's an adult dog, at this point in her life, she's not really mouthing because she's a puppy. She's mouthing more because she's overexcited. So she mouths when she gets overstimulated and gets overexcited. And I think she does this also simply for one reason, and that reason is that she's never been taught not to. So this is what we're going to work on with Hope. A couple things not to do with the mouthy dog is make them even more excited and flail your arms around. So the more you throw your arms around in the air, the more mouthy they will become. Also, if you're approaching the dog frontally, from the front and bending over them, it often triggers a lot more mouthiness than if you were to greet the dog sideways. Also, if you focus on petting them on the underside of their body instead of the top side of their body, so focusing on their belly, under their chest, you'll also trigger a lot less mouthing. Again, if you come to the front, you'll see she gets mouthy, and if I come to the side, she's not so mouthy. So to help Hope learn that we humans don't appreciate getting our forearms mouthed on a regular basis, I went ahead and practiced some training exercises with her. This first exercise is leave it from the hand. I'm showing her food. I'm expecting her to back away from what I have in my hand. Next, I'm going to do the leave it exercise with 2 hands. My forearms are really close to her mouth in this exercise, which normally triggers her mouthiness, but in this case I'm teaching her leave it even though my hands are coming towards her face. Next, you want to practice that even your hands coming past the dog's face are a leave it. So I'm using my hand to try to trigger mouthing, which she's being a good girl and she's not doing it because we've worked on this exercise together. So I'm using my hand as a distraction. This used to trigger mouthing, but now it doesn't anymore because we've been doing a bunch of leave its. And now you can see that I'm petting her, and that after doing the leave it exercise quite a few times, she understands that as I'm petting her, she's not supposed to be going for my forearms. Leave it. And here she's getting rewarded for accepting petting without mouthing. Another great tool is to busy the dog's mouth with something else. So if they're finding the urge to mouth you and they can't help themselves because they're so excited, then giving them something else to put their mouth on will reduce them mouthing you. Hope was not particularly toy motivated when I first started working with her, so I took some extra time to just get her engaged in some toys. And that way I could use this when I greeted her. So I simply put a toy in her mouth before greeting her, and then I go ahead and start petting her. Hi! Good girl! Hi! Good girl! Good girl. When I first started working with Hope, I used a tab leash on her for several days. It's just a leash that I cut and made short and just put it on her collar. And the reason for this is that she was mouthing me quite hard when I was interacting with other dogs. So I taught Hope that when she felt upward pressure on the leash, that if she sat, she would get rewarded. So soon she would feel upward pressure on the leash and just offer a sit. And then I would go ahead and use this whenever she would get overstimulated and lift the tab leash up and have her sit and give her a reward. The leash pressure sit can serve as a timeout, and as a way to get her to calm down when she's overstimulated around other dogs. Hi.